So Leute, und damit ein herzliches Willkommen zurück zu Zero Escape, 9 Hours, 9 Persons, 9 Doors. Wir sind immer noch in der Küche, aber jetzt wissen wir, wo wir das rostige Messer oder das stumpfe Messer herbekommen sollen, und scheinbar hierher. Ja, aus dem Käseraum. Ah, da ist was. Aha, da ist es ja.
A rusty knife? I don't think we'll be able to use it while it's like this.
It's futile.
Futile?
You know, a waste, useless, pointless.
Oh. Any particular reason you wanted to bring that up?
Oh, no reason really. I was just thinking about futility.
Huh? Why were you thinking about futility?
Well, it has something to do with the Titanic.
The Titanic?
Yep. Have you ever heard the story that the sinking of the Titanic was predicted?
Hier so her.
Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about. There was a novel that had a bunch of stuff in it that described the sinking of the Titanic before it actually sank.
Yeah, that's the one. The title of the novel is Futility. It was written 14 years before the Titanic sank. But...
I know. I mean, I didn't know the name of the book, but the story was the same, right? It was just like what happened on the Titanic?
yeah.
Well, I heard it was all a hoax.
A hoax?
I heard that the stuff that matched up to the Titanic so well was actually added after it sank. Apparently, the only thing that was the same originally was that a boat ran into an iceberg and sank.
But the novel was published in 1898, 14 years before the accident.
Like I said, that was the first print of the book. 14 years later, the author heard about what happened to the Titanic. He figured that was his chance, you know? He just went back and changed some stuff in his novel, so that it matched the Titanic exactly.
Really?
Really. There's no such thing as premonitions or any of that stuff.
But, that wasn't the only book that predicted the Titanic sinking.
It wasn't?
Yep. There were two other similar stories written by a man named William Thomas Stead. Both of them before the accident. One in 1886 and one in 1892. Stead wrote two stories that had striking similarities to the Titanic disaster. In one, two ships collided. Many of the passengers died because there weren't enough lifeboats. In the other, a ship collided with an iceberg and sank.
I don't know. I mean, I'll give you that it seems a little weird, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't too uncommon for ships to hit icebergs back in the day, or even other ships.
Right, I knew you'd say that.
Hmm?
But what if Stead had some sort of special powers? To be more specific, what if he had the ability to do automatic writing?
What? Automatic writing? Wait, are you talking about when someone's possessed by a spirit and then they write a bunch of stuff without knowing what they're writing?
Yes.
What do you mean, yes? That stuff's a load of bull. Okay, let's say, hypothetically, that automatic writing isn't a total load. These guys still couldn't have predicted the sinking of the Titanic. When this Stead dude wrote his thing, nobody had died on the Titanic yet. So if automatic writing is about being possessed by dead people, who the hell possessed him so he could write that stuff?
That's not it.
What's not it?
Stead wasn't possessed by a spirit. He was doing the possessing.
Oh. What are you smoking?
Das frage ich mich auch. Ja.
William Thomas Stead was a passenger on the Titanic. He just wrote down what he saw with his own eyes 20 years before it happened.
Well, why don't we talk about this some other time, okay?
Huh? But...
Come on, let's get back to it.
Ja. So, das kombinieren wir jetzt direkt mal. Maybe I use the whetstone to sharpen the knife. The blade of the knife is getting sharper by the second. I should be able to cut something pretty good with this.
Ja, was wohl?
Lotus.
Ja, das wird toll.
Ach ja. So, wo war das Fleisch? Da hinten war das Fleisch. Alright, now that I've sharpened the knife. Yes, I cut the pork. Awesome, Junpei. Now we can cut out the paper. C plus 10 plus F. Muss mal gerne mal gucken.
Do you think it's some kind of a code?
Damn it, they're just screwing around.
Junpei, do you know what CNS stands for?
I think maybe it means copyright finance. I thought it was clever and funny. Ja.
Total.
So, jetzt muss ich nochmal kurz gucken, wie die Hexadezimalzahlen waren. Das weiß ich jetzt nämlich nicht mehr. Das sagt er mir aber, glaube ich, wenn ich hier nochmal hingucke. Ne? A ist gleich 10. Also C ist 12. 12 plus 10 sind 22. 22 plus 15. 32, 37.
Mathematiker.
Da steht nichts, ne? 37, okay. So.
This is probably what you're supposed to use to enter the password.
Ja, ich glaube schon. Yeah, I know. Do you know how to enter those numbers? I think E is for enter and C is for clearing. So basically when I'm ready to submit my answer I press E. So if I screw up I just press C, right? I just nodded. Alright, let's give it a shot. 37 sollte es sein. Nicht? Okay, ich bin mal so frei, ich hab's nachgeschaut vorhin, als ich auch geguckt hatte, wo das Messer ist. Ich weiß nicht warum, aber es ist 43.
Du ranziger, du.
Sounds like metal is falling. I guess that went well. Okay, und jetzt? Kann ich das hier öffnen? Aha. Yeah, the door opened.
Good job, Junpei.
So, da ein Keycard. Wir haben die Karte. Geilo Matiko 3000.
7.
7?
7.
7. Und hindurch. Yes! I think it's unlocked now.
You did it, Junpei.
We did it! Jetzt seid ihr dran! Nein.
Was? Nein.
Keine Daueranspielung, nein.
Let's get out of here.
Tschüss. Yes, let's go. Oh.
You found it.
I think we've been here before.
No.
The elevators are over there, so that means...
We went into the kitchen through that door and came out on this side.
That means the map was right.
Looks like.
Then let's use it to plan our next move.
Next move?
Yeah, we need to decide where to go from here, don't we?
He's right. Let's get started.
From the looks of it, there are 4 possible routes. Let's just keep it simple and call them A, B, C, and D. First, A and B.
They both seem to connect to a room that looks L-shaped.
Yeah, there were 2 doors. But they were both locked. We couldn't open them.
Now, Route C. This goes all the way to the main staircase.
That means it's door 5, one of the numbered doors.
And do you think we would meet up with the other 4 after this hallway?
No, I don't think we will.
Why not?
Look, there by the stairs. See how the gate is opened? When we went into the kitchen, it was closed. But it's open now. What do you think that means?
They opened it.
Most likely.
And if we take Route C, we're going backwards.
That would be pointless.
Then that means...
Route D, then.
D it is.
Yup, Route D.
Then we're set.
Nö.
Nö. Einfach nö.
Everything looks okay here.
Let's check the next deck just to be sure.
Yeah, just like I thought. D-Deck is totally underwater.
Just like the bottom of the central staircase.
At least the water level hasn't really changed.
Small comfort.
May as well head back to C-Deck.
What else is here?
There are 2 elevators over there at the top of the stairs, just like the floor above.
Hold on. These are kind of different. See? There's a card reader on the side.
Another strange mark.
Hey, look! It's Lotus's symbol.
Huh?
See? It's the woman symbol with horns on it.
Okay, der war gut.
That seems like... Oh, ouch, 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 ouch.
Ich glaube, sie hat ihn gerade verprügelt.
What was that about the mark again?
Nothing.
Nur die Wahrheit.
Nothing.
This is a Mercury symbol. The horns symbolize the wings on Hermes' staff.
Hermes, herpes, whatever.
Hermes, Herpes, was auch immer. Alles das Gleiche.
Herpes.
If we can't get this thing to work, these elevators aren't going anywhere.
Was macht der Herpes? Spielt hinten mit Akten im Garten.
In other words, we need a key card with the Mercury symbol on it.
Probably.
I guess we can't get on then. Let's just disregard the elevators for now.
How about this hallway on the left?
Whoa, there's so many doors.
Damn it. If we try and search all these, the sun's gonna go down before we've done half of them.
I think the sun already set.
I have a feeling this ship is the only thing that's going to be going down anytime soon.
That's even worse.
Well, we can come back to this hallway later. Let's check the hallway on the other side, shall we?
Time to head back to the stairs.
And now the right hallway.
There are doors here too. Well, I guess it's just 4 this time.
Let's open them.
Alright, let's start with this one. Huh, it isn't locked. I'm going to open it.
Bam, bam, bam.
Oh,
What?
Ach du Schande.
was zum...
7.
What the hell is this? This place is huge.
Oh, there are beds everywhere.
Dann müssen die anderen ja auch wieder herkommen, weil jetzt sind ja wieder 3, 7 und 8 Türen. Dann müssen die anderen ja auch wieder zu uns stoßen.
Wahrscheinlich.
Is this a hospital?
Das schönste Krankenhaus ever.
Ja, da möchte ich unbedingt liegen.
Ja.
It definitely has the smell.
Neben 1000
Could be.
anderen.
I see medicine cabinets and surgical tools.
Hey, look there. The 4 doors at the end. The left door says 3. The second door is blank, but the third has a 7. And the rightmost door is 8. There's no doubt. They're numbered doors.
Why is the second door blank? That seems kind of strange, don't you think?
No point worrying about it right now. Let's see if these will open first.
Yes, that sounds like a good plan.
Ja.
Oh, it's no use.
Well, of course. If it was that easy to open these doors, what would be the point of the notary game? We have to activate the red, or the numbered doors won't... Wait a minute.
What's wrong?
Look, the display on the red. There's nothing on it.
Huh?
Don't you remember? The red at the central staircase? If no one was inside, it said vacant.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Oh, sind schon welche reingegangen scheinbar, wa?
But this one,
There's nothing on it.
right?
I wonder if it's broken.
Only one way to find out.
It's not responding.
How about the red on door 7? And door 3?
None of them are working.
Okay, also scheinbar doch noch nicht.
What does it mean?
Ich meine, ja, können ja nicht alle durchgegangen sein. Das ergibt ja keinen Sinn.
I knew it. They're broken. Zero sure sucks at maintenance.
No, that's impossible. You really think Zero, who prepared all of this, would make such a stupid, simple mistake?
Maybe, but that doesn't explain why this thing ain't working.
I believe the bottom of the device has been removed.
Oh.
Hello.
Ace! Clover! 7!
How?
How did you end up here?
That's my line?
Perhaps we should exchange information. There you have it. Our half of the story.
Okay, let me see if I got all this straight. When you guys got here, the bases for the Reds were already gone.
And you looked all over this room, but you couldn't find anything.
So you figured that there might be something in the hallway with all the doors.
So you went and had a look?
Yeah.
And while you were looking around, you heard voices.
Uh-huh. So you followed the voices and came back here.
Indeed. And that was how we found you.
Why don't we check those 3 Reds again, just in case?
You're right. Huh. There's a long, thin gap on the bottom. I think it's a slot for something. Probably electronic.
Well, this isn't good. If the red is inactive, we can't keep going.
Well, what about that hallway over there? Isn't there anywhere else we can go?
No, there isn't. There are plenty more hospital rooms, but nothing else.
Hospital rooms. That's what's behind all those doors?
Yes. There are a number of individual rooms in addition to this large one.
There was a door at the end of the hallway, but it was locked.
There was an astrological symbol engraved near the keyhole, however. I was able to get a good feel of it. I believe it was the symbol of Jupiter.
Not again. Those goddamn things are everywhere.
I wonder what they all mean.
While we're asking what things mean, what's the deal with this room? I mean, I thought this was a cruise ship, but I can't imagine a cruise ship would have a hospital like this.
Well, I figure it's probably a hospital ship. Chances are it's the Gigantic.
The Gigantic?
What is this gigantic?
The Gigantic.
Ah, what is the Gigantic? The Gigantic. Dankeschön, Seven.
She was a sister ship to the Titanic, built in the early 20th century. Actually, the Titanic had 2 sister ships, and they looked exactly the same. The Gigantic was said to be one of them. They intended to make her a passenger liner like the Titanic, but World War I began soon after the ship launched. The British Navy took her over and made her a hospital ship. At some point during the war, the Gigantic was damaged by a German mine in the Aegean Sea. She ran aground afterwards, so she didn't end up sunk. What happened to her after that? One theory going around is that a man named Lord Gourdane bought her. Seemed like he'd been one of the few to survive the Titanic sinking. That trauma turned him into some kind of obsessive collector of all things related to the Titanic. Soon enough, the guy wanted the Titanic itself. Which was impossible, of course. It's stuck at the bottom of the Atlantic Ocean. But the Gigantic wasn't. And seeing as she was identical...
So you're saying this Lord Gourdane bought this ship?
Yeah, at least I think I did.
That's impossible. No way we're in some boat that's almost 100 years old.
Pipe down, just pay attention. What, that's it? Well, have you got any proof?
Proof?
Proof that this ship is really the Gigantic.
Well, this ship's got stuff that's like the Titanic and a hospital ship.
Und ob das wirklich stimmt, ob das
Haben
die...
wir im nächsten Part.
Da klaut sie mir mal einen Satz.
Nein.
Aber ja, das erfahren wir tatsächlich erst im nächsten Part, ob das wirklich die Gigantic ist oder etwa nicht, ob er uns anschwindet oder was auch immer. Auf jeden Fall, ich hoffe, dieser Part hat euch gefallen und ich sage Tschüssikowski.
Euer FlastTv.
Bye bye.